I'm Jake. I can't skate. And who's ready to get way too into the training camp roster? That's right. The season's officially started. Training camp starts today. And yesterday, as I was driving home from Red Deer, the Flames announced their training camp rosters. They are divided into three, two of which are interesting, and one of which I am labeling the cut list. Let's get into it. First, we have probably the strongest of the three rosters at camp, Team Red. And on Team Red, we have as follows: the forwards, Michael Backlund, Lucas Siona, Blake Coleman, Matthew Coronado, Sam Hanzik, Jonathan Huberdeau, Nazem Kadri, Justin Kirkland, Sam Morton, William Strongren, Idar Suniev, and Connor Zari. On defense, we have Jake Bean, Hunter Brestevich, Nick Sitchik, Joel Hanley, Zane Perek, and Mackenzie Weegar. In goal on the Team Red roster, we have Devin Cooley, Dustin Wolf. Next we have Team Yellow. At forward, Andrew Basha, Clark Bishop, Joel Farabee, Martin Firk, Morgan Frost, Matvey Gridden, Dryden Hunt, Rory Cairns, Adam Klepka, Ryan Lomberg, Martin Pospisil, and Yegor Sharangovich. On defense for Team Yellow, we have Rasmus Anderson, Kevin Paul, Yan Kuznetsov, Danil Miramanov, Braden Pahal, and Ilya Solovyov. In goal for Team Yellow, we have Ivan Prosvetov and Owen Say. And on the cut list, Team Black, we have Jacob Battaglia, Parker Bell, Nathan Bresson, Alex Gallant, Carter King, Hunter Lang, Miel Levine, Caden McCann, David Cilia, and Carter Wilkie. On defense, we have Artem Grushnikov, Axel Hertig, Simon Mack, Etienne Morin, Massimo Phillips, and Jeremy Poirier. In goal for Team Black, we have Connor Murphy and Arseny Sergeyev. Now, as you can probably tell by these lineups, there's a reason I've been a bit dismissive of Team Black. They are either full of guys who are only junior eligible if they don't make the team outright, like Jacob Battaglia, guys who likely will still be in junior this year, such as Axel Hertig, or guys we are likely to see on the Wranglers, like most of that group. And of course, Massimo Phillips is going to be in college this year. We're not going to see him on the team. So, there really aren't tons of stories to dive into out of Team Black. I am interested to see if guys like Jeremy Poirier, Etienne Morin, and Axel Hertig get exhibition games. I would like to see them get exhibition games. But overall, these are not going to be guys breaking camp with the team. Now, on to the, in my mind, decidedly more interesting parts of the camp roster. Since we started with Team Black, we'll go in reverse order and go with Team Yellow. Once again, job done, Matvey Gritton. You're on a group that's likely to see exhibition games in training camp. I'm curious to see how long you stay around, for one, and whether you are given the opportunity that you have to, if you can't break camp with the team, can you get out of junior and stick with the Wranglers? If you don't break camp with the team, this is what I'd like to see. Second story I'm gonna dive into, because certain of you will not be very happy with me again if I don't, and that is Adam Klapka. I've had some pretty vocal buddies that Adam Klapka was eating popcorn on my projected roster list when we were talking about, are they gonna trade Rasmus before camp or are they not? They didn't, but in either case, I had Justin Kirkland making the team over Adam Klapka, and this was mainly done to keep that shootout weapon available to us whenever possible. However, with as offensively dynamic as Adam Klapka was at the end of the season, I highly doubt this is a person who is eating popcorn, at least to start the season. But that does raise some questions for Justin Kirkland, because he really was valuable at that shootout skill. And I don't think they're going to have Ryan Lomberg eating popcorn. So that would have to mean if somebody like Sam Hanzik makes the team, that somebody like Justin Kirkland might start the season as a healthy scratch. On defense, I'm looking on Team Yellow at Yan Kuznetsov and Ilya Solovyov to hopefully beat out somebody like, say, Joel Hanley or Jake Bean or Nick Sichik from Team Red. I'd much rather have Ilya Solovyov or Yan Kuznetsov break into the lineup than have Jake Bean or Joel Hanley. As valuable as that veteran presence is, Solo and Kuzi have paid their dues on the Wranglers. Let's see if they can graduate like so many of the Wranglers have recently, actually. They did a really good job of advertising that at the rookie game, I thought. The other one I'd like to touch on from Team Yellow is Rory Carrots. When the Backlund signing came down, which we'll get into in another video, it was guys like Rory Cairns or Connor Zary that potentially, and I have to emphasize, potentially suffered for it, because Backlund was already ahead of them on the depth chart, and he was going to be this year anyway. So the extension doesn't really change that at center. And to clarify, I said he was ahead of Connor Zary in that statement. He's ahead of him on the center depth chart. Connor Zary is going to be a top 6 winger on this team. He's not going to be a center this year. He's just not. Alright, on to Team Red. One guy I am surprised to see in this group is Lucas Ciona. I do not see him beating out a Justin Kirkland, an Adam Klapka, even really a Martin Frk for any of those wing spots. He's certainly not beating out Ryan Lomberg, so I was very surprised to see Lucas Ciona in the game group initially. Let's see him try and take advantage of it. And much like Matvei Gridin, job done Aidar Suniev. By being on Team Red, I'm almost certain you're going to see game action this preseason. What you do with that game action will likely determine how long you stay here and what role the Wranglers look at giving you if you don't break camp with the team. The same goes for Justin Kirkland, Sam Morton, and William Stromgren. You have been given the opportunity to play with a lot of the locks at forward for the main roster of the team. If you would like to stick around, if you'd like to make decisions hard, you have to take advantage of the opportunities you're likely going to be given. As a member of Team Red, I imagine these 3 groups are likely going to be the groups heading into the Edmonton-Calgary split squad game on Sunday, with probably Team Yellow heading to Edmonton largely, and Team Red largely being the home game group. I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 players got mixed in from Team Black for the experience, but largely I see Red and Yellow as the game groups for Sunday. So my advice to those sort of bubble players, your Kirklands, your Sam Mortons, your Aidar Sunievs, your William Stromgrens, you must take advantage of the game time you're given on Team Red in that home game with the for sure opening night Calgary Flames players. On defense, the most interesting thing for me will be who's paired with who. If you want to see Zane Parekh or Hunter Prstevich on the team, you probably want to see them, if the groups largely stay the same, paired with Joel Hanley or Jake Bean. They're likely going to be testing out those combinations. It would be very interesting to see Zane paired with Mackenzie Weegar. With the group such as it is, that is possible right now, but it likely wouldn't be an opening night pairing, of course, unless, of course, you truly look like a top pair guy, Zane, which I'd love you to do. What you really don't want to see, if you're interested in those guys making the team, is to see them paired with Nick Sijek, who I think, at best, at the absolute best, is a popcorn guy, and I think is more likely to see regular minutes with the Wranglers. Alright, so that's our first sort of deep dive look at the Flames training camp roster. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're looking forward to. Any storylines. Do the YouTube things. Like, share, and subscribe. And, as always, go Flames. I am so excited camp has started.